Welcome to Re3D's tutorial on tuning your hot end. Two reasons you might want to tune the hot end of your Gigabot 3D printer. Number one is you change the heater cartridge or you change the hot end. Or number two, the material that you're going to print has a substantially different extrusion temperature or print temperature. Say you're switching from a low temperature PLA to a much higher temperature polycarbonate, maybe 25 or 30% difference in the print temperature. Your hot end should really be tuned for optimal extrusion. You may ask yourself, how do I know if I need to tune my hot end? The key giveaway is having a set point. Right here we're connected. We have a set point on our left hand extruder, 210 degrees Celsius, and the temperature is fairly stable, but it is oscillating above and below the set point more than 3 or 4 degrees. Then it's time to tune your hot end. We need to be within that 3 or 4 degrees of set point in order for the print to initiate. Lucky for us, Marlin has a built-in tuning function for our PID, and we're going to walk through that quickly today and show you how then to generate the new settings for your PID and store those settings in Gigabot. First thing we're going to do is connect to Gigabot as we've done already. We've got PrinterFace open in front of us. In the lower right hand corner we're going to type in the command is M301. Oops, sorry, that's M303. We're going to tune the left extruder, so that's E0, and our set point is going to be 210 degrees Celsius. I'm actually going to turn off the hot end and let it cool down for a little bit. So bear with me and I'll be right back. I usually like to have the hot end at 100 degrees or less before we start the tuning. The importance of getting that initial ramp on your tuning is what we want to capture here. So we just crossed below the 100 degree threshold. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate the tuning. So I'll say send. As you can see, PID autotune start. So this will take a couple minutes. It'll go through its gyrations, and at the end it'll give us a message that says autotune finished, and here's your PID parameters. You can see from the temperature graph the temperature is starting to go up already. Pro tip, if you click on the temperature graph anywhere in the background, it'll open up a larger temperature graph, and now we can see in a little bit more resolution what's going on here. So that's kind of handy to look at. Also, all the information I'm giving you today is also found on our wiki. The procedure that we're following for tuning the hot end can also be found on our wiki page, so it's wiki.re3d.org. On the main page you can scroll down below the fully assembled, below the kit. We have retrofit instructions, technical specifications, a lot of good technical information here. And under getting the most from your Gigabot, there's a tuning hot end temperature controller. And here we can find all of the instructions that we're going through today. Single extruder, dual extruder. Alright, our PID tuning is complete. You can see where we started our PID auto tune using the M303 E0 S210 command. It went through several cycles. At the end it says PID auto tune finished. These are the values that we need to now enter back into PrinterFace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say disconnect, and we're going to reconnect to reset. We're printer is now back online. We're going to change this to an M301. And we will grab our values from above. So just bear with me for a second. We're going to use H1 for the hot end number 1. We're going to put our p-value in 32.03 space I, .79 space D 44.29. We're going to hit enter. We get an echo to the screen that says the command was received. Now we're going to store those permanently in the EEPROM using M500. It says settings are stored. So we have confirmation that our 44.29, actually our P32, I5.79, D44.29. As a second check, if you wanted to see, is it really set, we can disconnect from the printer and we will reconnect. And sure enough, our PID values are echoed back to the screen as we stored in there. Last thing we need to check is how does it look when we set the temperature to 10. We'll keep an eye on the temperature graph. When the temperature comes up, we'll see if it's stable within 2 or 3 degrees. So I want to show you as we're coming up close to 200 degrees, the behavior should be ideally that the temperature comes up to your target temperature, and it should overshoot slightly by a couple of degrees, maybe 3 to 5, and then it'll undershoot slightly by a little bit less, and then it should settle in right around your target temperature. So we're seeing here it didn't really overshoot that much. It kind of came up, touched our target temperature, and now it's hovering about our target temperature pretty well. And we can double check this in numbers. Over here we've got target temperature of 210, and we're sitting at 206, 209.6, and 211. So we're hovering in pretty good within a couple degrees, and this should be good for printing to maintain a nice consistency. So again, if you have any questions, email support@re3d.org, and would love to do some more videos if there's a topic that you'd love to see.